teams struggling once they actually get into the game to execute specific compositions or defend against specific compositions. So some more thought, energy, effort, deliberation.
I think they borderline almost need to think less. Sometimes, you've mentioned this in the past too, where people, you're overthinking so much that you stop reacting and playing, and sometimes that can be the result of not landing combos because like people are just like, I'm waiting on you. I don't know, and then nothing happens.
Just gotta feel it.
Gotta feel it. Gotta see the opportunity. Gotta seize it.
But that's where practice comes in, right? Like that practice is where you need to be like consciously analyzing. I mean, you have to be consciously analyzing one of these games as well, but to a certain extent, it has to be reactive.
Let's refocus on the draft as it currently stands. You see Adagio and Landspan away. The Adagio quite an interesting one. Kestrel and Arden, the first 2 picks. Yeah,
in Europe, Adagio is definitely more of a priority pick, whether it ends up in a ban or almost sometimes a first pick or at least first round pick scenario. Do you quite see this hero often here? One we have seen more recently this weekend has been the Celeste, but she has now slipped through a few picks. We do see a priority pick on the Vox for SK Gaming with the Arden. Yeah, well, maybe if Celeste doesn't make it through, they can third pick Celeste and make it a family.
I mean, they also played it earlier, so this is, it is a comfort pick for them. And yes, you can go CP with your Vox, but you don't have to. It's pretty flexible.
Well, they're not going to get the Celeste. Going CP into Celeste Kestrel doesn't seem the most ideal, considering both can split off in different directions but still have long-range attacks to angle them back towards the center of their focus point. Geometry comes into play a little here.
That's why you need that Finn. Last pick, give that weapon Arden over for Tasty Bay.
That's right.
Tay-Bay.
Well, the Catherine does come through for Snow Tsunami, so gonna have the silences coming out, gonna put the bubble up, gonna have a lot of stuns on demand coming down.
Will we see PT Lamb running roam for this team again? And this is something actually I think I forgot to mention before, is Sosiska was playing lane for them.
True. Not sure. We'll have to figure out once they do the draft. The Saw.
Well, this
look at him like chat.
This worked pretty well before.
Yeah, Saw saw a pretty good game earlier there.
Saw.
Yeah.
Really?
Come on. Well, SK is gonna have Saw on 8-slip, it looks like, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. Perhaps a little jungle Fox,
Perhaps a little
jungle Saw.
Yeah, perhaps.
The thing that I like a lot, still to this day, about Vainglory is until the map actually kicks off and the players go to their spots, you really never 100% know.
I've got to agree with you.
What their strategy is going to be. Even then, sometimes they tap in the jungle and they're like, oops, and they got to go back to the lane.
Sometimes they don't know. All right, let's head on to the Halcyon Fold, ladies and gentlemen, for Snow Tsunami versus SK Gaming, the third place match for Europe today. Let's pass it on over to Sonapona and Tay-Bay.
Sonapona and Tay-Bay, well, thank you very much, Destiny's Child, on the analyst desk there. I'm enjoying my new nickname. What about you, Tasty Bacon?
Well, this is not a new nickname for me. This one's actually been around for quite some time. So it was just kind of reincarnated, I guess, here.
Oh, yeah. You feeling 22?
What? I don't get that one.
It's a Taylor Swift song. Her nickname is Tay-Bay.
Oh, okay.
You're not down with the kids, obviously. Anyway,
no, not at all.
Snow Tsunami here. We'll be running the Kestrel in the jungle. It is Celeste in the lane, and Vox jungle coming out here from Raph, with 8-slip playing that Saw. Now, there's obviously still the option of going Crystal Power Vox and Weapon Power Saw here. What do you think is sort of SK's mentality towards who goes Crystal, who goes Weapon in this composition?
I feel like for SK, like they're most likely going to end up having it be the Crystal Saw with a Weapon Vox. I feel like that would just make the most sense in terms of what's actually meta right now, what is strongest. But of course, as we've seen in the past, like that doesn't necessarily, demonstrate what's going to happen on the fold. But we already saw Azlip with a Crystal Saw. It worked to great success in the game that it was played in. So I would like to actually see Azlip run that once more.
Definitely could work out for him. It does look like Raph has got that Weapon Blade, so probably going to be building up towards the Weapon Power Vox. And Vox Jungle is something we're starting to see a lot more, as well as PT Lamb falls SK with first blood 2 minutes in. I'll be very happy with that. Snow Tsunami not able to out-rotate their SK brethren, and Sosiska should be able to get himself away from Raph as he searches around the jungle for that Catherine.
Yep, Catherine just looping on back towards the middle of the map. We'll actually be able to steal away a couple of camps as a result. So nice job by Sasiska. Raph is looking to go for the weapon, it looks like, as the weapon blade came out as with that first jungle shop visit. And so, weapon Kestrel, weapon Vox, Crystal Celeste, Crystal Saw looks to be the order, as Aidslip does pick up some crystal bits. And sort of just kind of ignores the fact that the two roamers were duking it out right next to him.
It's Madaman. It's just the moments. It's the Portal combat. Who gives the monkeys, you know? No
I
one
feel
cares
like he
about
could have
their
actually
support.
really heavily impacted that, but instead wanted to make sure to get that one minion that he was able to take back in the lane.
Well, he got one minion. That's more than a roamer's life. Come on. You have to understand this after playing Vainglory. Romans are sort of the unsung heroes. They don't get helped by their team. They do all the work. They place all the scout traps, get all the flares, get all the healing items. So this guy actually is going to fall here. No escape from him, from Aidslip, who goes in with the Rody one. As you can tell, I'm a Rome main as well.
Well, I mean, roamers
it.
are like the most important part of a game. Like, I've actually had discussions with pro players who have said like a roamer will literally decide the game. Like there's plenty of pro players that are not roamers that feel like roamers are the most important player on the team. So for those of you out there in solo queue, everyone always wants to have the glory of being the carry, but if you really want to help your team win, if you want to start climbing the solo queue ranks, I do suggest actually picking up roamers. That's where I have the most success myself as well.
I love a good Rome game. SK trying to see what they can do here. They've already got those couple of early kills. Raph just farming himself up on this weapon power box as well. Minion mine captured. Straight away there for Snow Tsunami. They were on the trigger. As soon as they spawned, they were able to take it down. And it looks like Raph and Jetpacks realize they need to answer, otherwise they've struggled a little bit more with those minion waves pushing in. So we'll take their own. So this game, PT Land perhaps looking to see if they can put a little bit of aggression onto the SK back camps here. So Siska did steal away that second back camp, so we'll be happy with that. Oh, suppressing fire onto PT Lamb. Didn't use the active camo, but might not be able to get away from this. SK looking for the chase. PT Lamb trying to escape, but will fall to Jetpacks. Just pounds him down. Now Siska the next target as well. Raph will take him out. It's 4 kills to 0 in favor of SK.
And Jetpacks able to find that kill. It's the second kill for Jetpacks. Has a scoreline looking like a carry. 2-0-2 on this roamer. As Arden is easily my favorite roamer to play for reasons just like that. Like you are so good at being able to chase down and secure a kill in that type of situation. Jetpacks makes it work out for the team. They are able to then rotate on up and get the gold. Make sure that this stays even, because they were actually falling a little bit behind in terms of the gold, but it's right back up to par.
Well, most of that is just the farm disadvantage. PT Lamb sitting at 35 CS, Aidslip's only at 44 to Bongmabu's 54, and Aidslip actually might fall here, just about gets himself away. Jetpack's at the perfect opportunity with that fountain to keep his Elena alive. Suppressing fire does a lot of work as well, and Jetpacks is low from those glimmers. Now Raf's going to join the party. It's level 6, does have the weight for it. Maybe we'll look up towards that top side to see if we can get anything out in the lane. Very close vote and all of the fans out there. It's 52% for Snow Tsunami and 48% for SK, so a difficult match to call, and I think it's going that way as well. Bongmabu able to snipe out Aidslip with the Solar Storm, but PT Lamb will fall to Raph off towards the backside, so it is a kill for a kill. Bongmabu doing a great job there. He knew that the pressing fire locks that saw into one spot, which is like, okay, Solar Storm right where you're standing, and get myself a kill.
Yeah, great job by Bongmabu recognizing that. It's one of the downsides of the Saw is the fact that once you do start that ability, you cannot move for the duration of it. And being able to capitalize on that moment of time where Saw is locked in place is a very important skill to have if you are up against this pick. Right now, Sasiska going to be trying to disrupt the jungle, but Aidslip is there and says, hey, these minions belong to SK. Get out of here.
Actually caught between a couple of members here of SK, but Raph went up to the lane as Sasiska tried to get out of the jungle, so won't be able to catch him out. PT Lamb's going to come up and see perhaps if he can land a couple of glimmers. Goes in with the active camo. Won't be able to land those glimmers on to Raph, so not going to be able to do too much more. It's only a slight gold lead here for SK, about 200 or 300 depending on where the minion wave is. Raf's going to step in, a great gauntlet onto Bongmabu, but he gets himself away because Raf was dealing with Sisiska. The wake foot comes out. Sisiska might fall, though one more auto would have taken him out, but no one able to get that final shot in. And both the Snow Tsunami members survive for now.
They both are able to survive and get out to safety, but that may not last for long. PT Lamb is getting dangerously low, but it is going to be able to pop that active camo to avoid the roadie run. That's one of the strengths of a Kestrel into this Saw. One shot going to be used just for a little bit of extra damage.
Will be able to jump in. The suppressing fire on PT Lamb basically has no escape from this. Jetpack's just like, hello, blood for blood's in, gets the kill. Sisiska only just escapes as well. The Solar Storm did come out from Bongmabu, but wasn't able to get much out of it because ASIP and Jetpacks were able to dodge off towards the side. So once again, SK picking up an early kill. Slip now with the Shatterglass doing so much work with that suppressing fire. Bongmabu, half of his health just taken away in an instant.
And you could see a little bit of like what happens when you're up against the Crystal Saw. Bongmabu was moving in the lane. The suppressing fire came out. You immediately kind of like panic and tap away from the suppressing fire, but because of the way that he was moving, he actually just ended up walking back into it and just kind of went back and forth inside of the suppressing fire for a little bit. It's one of the tough things about going up against this Crystal Saw is if you don't know exactly where that the angle being taken by the suppressing fire, you can just wind up taking a lot of extra damage from it.
Ooh, one shot, one kill onto Slip does take most of his HP away. Raf trying to get the bounces with those resonances, but the fountain has to come out from SK quite early on. Sisiska doesn't yet have his fountain because he went up towards that Stormguard banner first, so this is still an opportunity for SK to fight. Slip onto PT Lamb, here comes Raf as well. Jetpacks jumps in and Raf secures the kill. Slip trying to bounce into Bongmabu as well, so the Storm only onto Jetpacks. Not going to connect too much there. And the Gauntlet, Jetpacks, come on, man. I know you want to show off that you can use your C ability, but it wasn't the time or place.
Yeah, definitely not going to be getting much done as another suppressing fire. Aidslip finds that kill. Roadie run, trying to get up Sisiska, but the reflect damage.
Does kill himself.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that Stormguard just does absolute work when you Roadie run into it. Sisiska gets the kill with the Blast Jammer. I mean, he does pay for it with his life. And SK able to just farm up the jungle once again, but they haven't been able to take too many advantages off being this far ahead in kills.
Yeah, they really haven't. A lot of the kills just have been sort of one-offs, or and it's up with them in a position where they are too low to really try and make anything happen as a result. So that's why, like you said, the gold still actually in favor of. Nope, just kidding. That's an 8, not a 9. Tough to see on these small phone screens sometimes, but that is, it's still very close in terms of the gold, as Snow Tsunami definitely hanging in there.
Hanging in there, but it's a long road back for them. Although it's only 1,000 gold, SK definitely have the advantage in this game, especially with Slip almost at that broken myth. One shot, one kill does connect, but Slip just walks his way away. Doesn't have a reflex block, doesn't have any shield or armor, so it is very, very squishy. And there's always the possibility he gets taken out by a stray Glimmer or a stray Helio that he just hasn't spotted. Raf's going to come up as well. Jetpacks doesn't have that ultimate up, no gauntlet for 17 seconds. Aidslip almost falls off towards the side to those Helios, but will be able to back away. And SK, Ham's giving up some pressure on this turret. Aidslip's going to try and take the tree at him. Ham's setting it up for him. Needs that sustain to get back into the lane, but the turret's very low and will fall already. There's the gauntlet. Bongmabu reflex box out. PT Lamb goes aggressive onto Aidslip and almost takes him out. Great blast jammer as well. Jetpack needs that fountain just in time and gets himself out with the Vanguard as well. Dodges the final Helios. Snow Tsunami winning the trade. One shot, one kill. That PT Lamb lines up the shot, but Rap lines up the kill. It's unbeatable on this box.
And Raf just kind of standing there. The one shot, one kill was not accurate enough, and Raf just says, well, you guys took advantage of the fact that Aidslip couldn't move while using Expressing Fire. I'll take advantage of the fact that PT Lamb cannot move while using one shot, one kill. And that is, it lived up to its name. There was one shot fired from Kestrel and one kill picked up by SK, but not exactly what Snow Tsunami were hoping for here in the 12th minute of this best of 3.
Yeah, I think Of course, it is the best of three, as you say. Usually we drop out of the second game to watch the finals. It depends on time. Hopefully we'll be able to get to watch it all. And I know it's put up on the YouTube channel if we don't get to watch all of the games anyway. So if you are following Tsunami or SK, you can catch all of the action a bit later on. Look at the damage onto Bongmabu. That was just a couple of procs of that suppressing fire. Raph finds a position off towards the side again. Gold perfectly even between these two teams after that turret was taken out. Just looking for their opening, they're prodding Snow Tsunami. You don't want to prod a beast though, and Snow Tsunami are likely to wake up and maul your face off if you do.
Yeah, they absolutely are a dangerous team, as both sides really can turn this at any moment. Snow Tsunami, like I said, are still very, very much in this game. The gold is still dead even, but they are just losing out so much on these fights.
Wait for it onto Siska. Bongmabu just about escaped with a great double gauntlet. PT Lamb not stunned up by it, but had to stay in it. And this might be the ace for SK. Raph just needs one more auto. Jumps in with a Sonic Zoom, but a moment of apprehension means that he won't be able to get it out. Sonic Zooms across the wall as well to get himself away. SK with a great turnaround fight.
A beautiful job by SK to engage onto that one. The wait for it actually ended up stunning up 2 members of Snow Tsunami, and that just was a devastation for them, as Aidslip going to be able to take down this first turret. Finally going to put a little bit of distance between these two teams as far as the gold is concerned.
One shot, one kill does connect onto Aidslip as well, but not going to be able to get too much out of it. They might even go for the gold mine here. It's fully snacked. There's only a minute left before that Kraken comes up. And they do need to take it out before the Kraken spawns. Of course, it's not a necessity, but when there's 300 gold for each of your players just sitting randomly in the middle of the map, it's always a good idea to take it if you can.
Yeah, not something you necessarily want to just let go freely, but Snow Tsunami, they're actually going to be the ones who take advantage of this situation. If they secure it, 300 gold each for them, and well, just like that, they are still in this one. They are 2,000 gold behind now as a result of all these fights going the way of SK. And while we always say the kills don't really matter, it's all about the gold. If you consistently win team fights throughout the game while the gold is even, it just, you should eventually be able to win fights and then increase that gold lead. And that's exactly the way that SK is looking to play this game out right now. It's just continuously winning team fights.
I think the problem is that Snow Tsunami do have a lot of damage in their team. You've got Kestrel and Celeste. They do a huge amount of work when they get towards the late game. It's Crystal Power Celeste, as you'd expect. He's got Shatterglass, Broken Myth, almost got the Eve now as well. It's a lot of long-range poke, and there is a worry for SK that even though they'll be ahead, they won't be far enough ahead to shut down that Celeste.
That is definitely a concern, but right now, with the Kraken spawning, you see lots of infusions getting picked up across the fold, and lots of items being reached as well. So this next fight is going to be extremely important in determining the outcome.
It is SK are going to get engaged on here. Jetpack's there. There's the gauntlet. Tries to lock him out, but stunned out of it with the core collapse. They still get the first kill. Solar Storm, Jetpack's dodges, as do the rest of SK, and they keep themselves alive. Jetpack's even had Fountain there and just was like, no, I'm going to dodge out of this Solar Storm. I don't need to use that Fountain. Raph's going to jump in onto Bongmabu. Resonance Bounce is doing work. Dodges out the core collapse as well. We'll get the kill, but might fall to the one-shot, one kill. What was that? That was no health remaining onto Raph with the one-shot, one kill, but not quite able to get the kill. And at the moment, all the coins are favoring SK. All those tosses, all those dodges, all that tiny little bit of health remaining is in SK's favor. Once again, they're getting the luck of the draw, as you might say.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And with Kraken available, they're going to be recalling, as Aidslip is just a little bit too low to try and start that one off. So it will require very likely one more fight before Kraken is the target for the side of SK. But with the Breaking Point double monocle build finished for Raph, just going to be going into defensive items from here. His damage is going to be massive and very, very difficult to deal with. Even look at Aidslip having 3 items now completed with that Eve of Harvest coming through. Their composition is just fully online at this point.
It is, and they're looking for the flank onto Siska and Bongmabu as well. PT Lamb has active camoed in here, might be able to get the damage on Aidslip before he gets away. Aidslip will escape, Fountain out as well. Here comes the suppressing fire, and Aidslip from such long range can just suppress the hopes of Snow Tsunami. Another kill for him. He's 4-2-10 on this Saw. Only dying twice is a miracle. The Gauntlet comes out. There's the Dank Chunk as well. Ace tries to get the suppressing fire down. It's another kill for them. They do manage to take out Raph, though. He took a full Solar Storm to the face with hardly any shield, means that he's not going to be able to survive. It actually means that SK aren't going to get much out of this push.
Yeah, they really aren't. They do have the opportunity to go and try and start the Kraken, but Aidslip going to be taking a lot of damage from the turret. That kind of negates that option now as a result. So a little bit of a mistake from SK as they really were trying to take that turret out. But unfortunately for them, it's going to just mean they have to wait a little bit longer. They are still winning these fights. They are still having the advantage. But they do need to start being careful that they don't get complacent and don't start getting too greedy when they go for moves like that.
Yeah, they definitely need to be cautious around it. And SK they can't quite close out this game yet. It looks like it's going to be another relatively long game here. Lots of kills in it and very one-sided if you look just at the kills, but still only a 2,000 gold differential between these two teams. So SK need to work out exactly how they want to attack. They need to work out their plan of action before they go in. Snow Tsunami gets spotted out by the flare, and they will just decide they want to get back towards Sanctuary for now. It looks like PT Lamb's going to back, and doesn't quite have enough gold to finish up a Tyrant's Monocle yet, so just backing for that weapon infusion.
And they are going to be finding an opportunity with really the way that the side of Snow Tsunami can find opportunities into this game is it's going to rely a lot on trying to shut down Raph specifically. Aidslip, yes, is doing a ton of damage, but Raph, if unchecked, is going to be doing even more than what Aidslip is. Aidslip at least is doing it in a straight line for the majority with that suppressing fire. Of course, then you have to worry about the Mad Cannon when it comes out, but that's going to be a beautiful gauntlet.
It is a superbly placed gauntlet, but Aidslip caught out by PT Lamb off towards the backside. Bongmabu gets the fountain. Raph crits him twice and takes him down. PT Lamb has fallen as well. And it's only Sasiska left alive. Snow Tsunami have no escape from this as SK look to clean up the final kill for the Ace and get 20 kills on the board as well. They can probably turn their attentions over to that Kraken if they want. Looks like they're just going to go for that first turret push with Aidslip, and Raph and Jetpacks would start up the Kraken.
Yeah, I like this decision. I always like to see teams split the focus. Send one person to destroy the turret, get those minions going, and then have them come and join the Kraken take. But this is going to be Kraken going over to SK, and despite the fact that the gold was even for so long, SK has just been really in control for the majority of this game.
That they have. They've been in a very strong position. A couple of fights where it looked like Snow Tsunami might be able to get back into it, but their composition now online. Just 3 turrets to push through before they can take down that crystal as well. The gold has stretched to about 5,000. There's a sizable lead, if not insurmountable, for Snow Tsunami, and they might begin to look towards this Kraken push. One shot, one kill comes out, not going to connect. Jetpacks jumps in. There's the first turret falling. Aidslip's going to get caught with the glimmers though, and does fall straight away in the fight. Blast Tremor onto Raph. Jetpacks now needs to be that bodyguard for Here's a Box. Can he get them back? Can he get them to safety? He will just about escape. PT Lamb might fall to Raph here. The gauntlet comes out. Raph looking for the double, not going to be able to get it. And Bongmabu will turn their attentions back to the Kraken. He's going to get 2 turrets out of this, but not much more, especially with that Storm Crown on Sasiska.
And they are going to be able to just get another turret off of this Kraken before she does go down. They only find 1 kill on that, but it's still a big, big advantage for the side of SK. We see a lot of times a team pushing in with Kraken will actually lose out the fight in the opponent's base. While Kraken is pushing, it doesn't actually end up cost them much in the long run. I think the number of times that a team has still won after being in this situation is extremely high. I don't have the actual numbers because that would be an oddly specific statistic to ask for, but it is going to be still very much SK in the driver's seat.
That is definitely a very strong position, even though that gold's equalized a little bit, as you say. Let's have a quick look across the items. So Jetpack's actually gone for a Shiver Seal contraption, Stormguard banner now on him as well. Aidslip has basically completed his entire build apart from that Clockwork, which appears to be his final item, and then Aegis as well. And a Stormguard on Raph as well here. So double Tyrant's Monocle, a Breaking Point, Aegis, Journey Boots, and a Stormguard to round it out.
Yeah, definitely a strong build. We're nearing full builds for pretty much everyone on the fold. We're getting very late in this game as far as the income is concerned. See, PT Lamb has 2 non-fully itemed slots. Bong Mabu and Aid Slip both just need to finish off a single tier 3 slot. It's getting very close to the point where gold actually almost doesn't even matter, as once everyone has 6 tier 3 items, there's really no purpose to having gold other than buying infusions. So as long as you have 500 gold in the inventory, any additional gold income is essentially just kind of wasted and just looks good at the final results screen. But for now, Snow Tsunami, they are still playing up aggressively in this lane, looking for an opportunity to engage.
But I mean, they have a full power Celeste and a full power Kestrel. I can't blame them for wanting to be a little bit aggressive. PT Lamb's almost fully built. Bong Mabu is basically fully built, apart from the boots, which he's decided not to level up. But Bong Mabu caught again in the gauntlet. He's got Aegis. He should be blocking that. Not able to do it this time. So Siska goes in as well. PT Lamb almost falls. Fountain already used. That's a Solar Storm as well. SK on the chase. Snow Tsunami on the defensive. PT Lamb might be able to sneak his way around here and will be able to get himself back to base. Bong Mabu looks to be caught. He'll fall. 1 kill for SK. And they're going to turn their eyes perhaps towards the Kraken as well.
Yeah, that was a very strong fight. The Gauntlet got triple stuns. Like you said, where are the blocks? There's only one. There's 2 Aegises on the side of Snow Tsunami, and neither of them were used to block the Gauntlet stun. They end up falling, losing out the fight. They lose out Kraken yet again. And with only a single turret remaining, SK should be able to finish this game.
Yes, they should, but you never know. Bong Mabu will be up in 20 seconds. It's going to take them probably about 12 or so to push in with this Kraken, I'm going to say. But 12 is apparently a very good number to choose, because if it's 10, it sounds alright, and if it's 15, it still sounds like you're close enough. So 12 seconds is how long it's going to take.
Well, we'll see if they are going to finish this one off here. I mean, it very well should. When you're down this far back into your base with only a single turret remaining, when Kraken gets captured, you almost need to go out and find a fight well before Kraken gets into your base, because otherwise she's going to be able to take the victory on you. So right now they are starting to work on Kraken. They've pushed Aidslip pretty much completely out of here. Raph, SK, they don't really want to stick around. That is not the way that they were hoping this push
would go. They're going to jump in though. PT Lamb gets caught out. Wait for it comes out. There's the Kraken going in as well. So Siska's just dead. Nothing he can do. Bong Mabu has to run away from this. Raph is doing absolute work. The Kraken's still there as well. Going for that turret. That will fall. The turret's going to go down. And this should be Snow Tsunami getting knocked out. SK going to win this first game. I say knocked out of this game. It's still a best of 3. There goes the Crystal. SK take it. Snow Tsunami get aced at the end.
A great job by the side of SK. Again, they had a large kill lead for the vast majority of this game, and while the gold lead took a while to build up, eventually SK, they were just too much for Snow Tsunami to handle.
That they were. Great play by SK to take it 1-0 in that third place match. Of course, it is a best of 3, so I'm not sure if we're going to jump back into this.